legt die Hausfrau nachts die Kette vor. Im Korridor steh ich davor, mit der Pfeile ohne Eile keck, weil ich sie weg, da liegt der Dreck.
Guten Abend, Ermittler und Ermittlerin, und willkommen zu unserem video podcast Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is The Devil Eats Flies. It was written by David Larkins, Mike Mason, and Lynn Hardy, and it's part of a collection entitled Berlin, the Wicked City. It's available from Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is Keith Craig, and this is episode 9. Our recap will be given by Troy Wheeldryer as his character, Astrid Schneider. So, without any further delay, lass uns in die Dunkelheit reisen. Troy?
It is the nights when I sleep that I see her most clearly. The beautiful, intoxicating, debilitating Anita. Her skin now obsidian and shining like a snake in the grass. The horror we witnessed at the theater is a hideous mockery of the supposed decadence that surrounds us. I consider myself to be a libertine, but I readily admit that the sight of the hot bourgeois fucking and rutting like swine turned my stomach. The true horror, of course, is the Anita thing herself. I must stop sublimating my fears. I do not dare delve into what this thing actually is. I understand that it is not perfectly materialist of me, but how can this being have such supernatural influence on our world? It seems as though we must expel her from our plane of existence back to the forsaken place she comes from. I hope myself or Anita's broken shell of a husband can provide enough impetus to get her to cross the threshold, and that it won't cost me my life. The doctor has considerable knowledge from that hellish Latin tome. I fear he will become too reliant on the words of an insane medieval monk if it again becomes useful in this current battle we find ourselves in. The poor man has endured so much death and sadness in his life. If he invests too much hope into these dark musings, well, my mother used to say, the danger of magic is that sometimes it works.
All right, very nice. So when we left you off, you guys were met back up at the Bearbachta, and you had brought along Henri, who had no memory of any of you.
So it would seem that if they are drained of their fluids, and then it somehow this is what she's used to manifest herself in this world, leaves the victim mindless. How are we going to handle this? How are we going to get close enough to her to get the milk?
This is what seems impossible, what you tell us. We can barely enter the building where she enjoys her filthy retinue, let alone approach the giant goblet and retrieve and then drink.
How susceptible to suggestion are the people who enthralled her? Perhaps, Henry here seems kind of mentally suggestible. Maybe we could tell him what we need and he will just go get it without. He's already under the influence.
Yes, he seems to have lost some connection to this world.
Like his soul
Perhaps,
is gone or something.
yes. Perhaps that may make him less vulnerable to her immediate influence.
Maybe less interesting to her if there is little soul left to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's ask Henri.
Yes.
If we take you to a building and ask you to perform a simple task for us. Go inside and bring something back to us. Can you do this?
Do we need to accomplish this?
Oh, it is
Right.
of vital importance.
Oh well, of course. What building would we be going to?
It's a Schauspielhaus.
Oh,
There is
a theater. Theater.
Yeah.
I'm a dancer, you know.
Yes, very renowned, very famed. We are honored to be in your company. We have respect for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Hans, I think you have struck upon an interesting idea.
Yeah.
We have kind of a mannequin of our own now.
Yeah, for that matter, maybe even one of the woman that we spoke to, who you think is made of ceramic too, she might also be easily influenced to do these things.
Well, also, I got the impression she wished not to be in the condition she is, and so if we could banish Abezul, if she believed that we could help us banish Abezul, I think she would prove willing. Maybe there are others.
Yeah. Maybe there'd be no resistance at all.
I feel much safer in this considerations than I am in the prospect of going inside there again myself.
GM, from my delvings into the darkness of the books, does any of this seem like familiar? Fertility goddess, milk.
Yeah. There's definitely been in there would have been discussions of fertility goddess, and,
Right.
maybe not specifically of the milk, but it is definitely a talk of needing to ingest something to be able to.
Well, and there's
Separate
specifically a
this plant.
mythos goddess that I was thinking of, but
No. I got you. No.
all right. Well, let's give it a try. I think.
Do you want me to go track down the woman?
Let's all go together. I think we should stick together.
All right.
Yeah. I think also the bar where we met the mannequin woman who was collecting seed is on the way to the Schauspielhaus from here.
Yeah.
So we can see, maybe she can recruit even a few of her sisters. Your Marlene Dietrich friend, did she say how much we must drink of this blood milk?
She wasn't very. I think it felt almost as if she meant that the milk would be something that we would use to cross over into the other world.
Right.
But
'cause we
you
have to,
specified by drinking it, yes?
We drink it or rub it all over ourselves, or do we just have it in our hand as we walk through the gate? I suppose probably. I don't know.
Well, she ingests it. We saw her drinking it. So
Maybe that's it.
presumably.
Maybe even she drinks it to help her stay on this side of the gate.
Mm-hmm. So our plan, it seems, we're going to try and collect some of the milk, and then we'll go to the gates and hope that she follows us there.
Or performs a ritual with the doll.
Because we can summon her.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we'll perform the ritual at the museum in front of the gates.
And somehow shove her through the gate while we follow after her.
My dear Henri, could you go get me a coffee from the waitress, please?
Oh, well, yes.
Yes,
Cream?
thank you. Yes, please. Yes.
Milk? I've heard you mention milk.
Cream is fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. A thought is coming to my head, gentlemen, and I wanted to propose it. Mr. Henri, I don't believe is going to recover from this situation. And the woman that you spoke with said that he may be able to elicit some type of connection from the part of Anita that is still within the creature, was still within the being. And so
she may have been
perhaps we could have Henri drink the milk, and he may be able to, and she may follow him into the gate.
That is an interesting idea.
This is my fault also. While you guys were gone, I made Astra drink as much as I was. Well, we passed the time. We have to not only get her through the gate, but we have to defeat her on the other side.
The other side.
Henri could not defeat the mosquito. So as little as I wish to drink the milk, I don't think we have a choice. My hope also is that, since you and I also often have a connection to Anita, that as a group we can draw her through the gate with us. Mm-hmm. If we can get even to the gate, which is the next problem.
We could, you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but we could use Henry as an experiment before we decide to drink.
The doctor and I think similarly about this. What say you, gentlemen?
I think that Henri is living a sad half-life and that he would welcome a change.
Agreed. Yeah.
If I were as diminished as he is, I would not relish continuing existence now. Although if we can bring him back from the other side, I assume you recall the Bible says that the prophecy is that she is returned to the pit in which she came from. I think the world in which this creature belongs naturally is not a place we would leave him behind if we had a choice, or one another.
What I'm worried about is that we'll have to enter the pit with this being and we won't be able to get out.
Well, we have to wonder if we are resolved that if we don't stop her, the children will die, and who knows what she will do to the rest of the world.
Was your telephone girl, she said that at least the city of Berlin is to be sacrificed, yeah? So it's only starting with the children.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also, she didn't say anything about how we defeat this Abezul in her own world, did she?
She said she wasn't as powerful there.
Yeah. So maybe
we bring
Gustav's
guns.
big gun, yeah.
Henri comes back with your coffee.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Oh, no problem.
So are we all agreed then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a question that has come to my mind. If we are successful in summoning her to us, would we not be susceptible to her again? And where we would lose control of ourselves? Or does the summoning cancel that?
Or does the circle protect us from her influence?
Yeah.
Yeah, she might also be, how you say, distracted, at least temporarily. She might not even come through in a form we recognize.
I think that if we put it together the way John Dee explained it in his magic and in some of the other things I've read, that, I mean, they were originally, the idea was that they were conjuring up demons from hell, and demons from hell have considerable power, but that they were protected as long as the demon was inside the circle. It couldn't influence you outside. So we may be protected. I hope we're protected. I hope all this isn't just a bunch of nonsense. I mean, who the hell does John D think that he was, you know?
Does the spell mention anything about that, Dr. Hans?
Well, it's called the Circle of Protection on the floor.
Okay.
And it's got the name of God and all sorts of things written around it.
I'm curious though about the summoning spell for Abezu. Does it mention anything about precautions?
Well, it's not specific. It's the same spell that we were using for Grossman.
Yeah.
It's written in the language of angels, according to John D. Enochian is the language. It's so very difficult, you know, even if we're going to do this, to believe that this is not just a bunch of nonsense, but we've seen it work.
Yes. And we know that this Abezu being is very real. She's exerting an influence that is undeniable.
So maybe if we were to construct some sort of science around it, these symbols represent things that the entity is abhorrent and it cannot pass them, and somehow the sounds open up gateways to I don't know what. Maybe someday in the far future they will have some science of.
It's like putting salt at your doorway to keep the slugs out.
Well, yeah, and we know that works because the salts go the slugs.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question I have is, do we solve the problem of how we get to the Ishtar gate while we're sitting here comfortable at the Beerbach there?
With the Ishtar gate, we should just be able to break in.
Oh, okay. I see. I didn't realize that you were the door crashing type, Herr Dr. Vogelscheucher. Guess it was you who recommended we bring guns, so.
I've got 1% in locksmithing, so, you know, I've seen a lock.
It says, are you saying that out of every 100 locks you see, you can open one?
Yeah.
How do you
usually the ones that's already open.
Yeah.
You know how many people use the dial thing and they leave it right so you all have to go like that and it opens? There's a lot of people that do
we
that.
may be able to bribe the right security guard as well. Bribe or use other means.
Yeah, and if we have an army of 7 of these mannequin women, we can certainly distract a guard or two.
They're going to be making a big racket in there, so that's maybe they'll put a guard. I mean, it's not actually an open display at the moment. It's under construction.
Well, we're not going in the middle of the day.
No,
and
but
the
I'm
museum
thinking,
is open. We have to. It's a museum full of antiquities.
Yeah, maybe there's a back door.
Well, right, and we have to do the ritual at midnight, anyways. Right?
I think
it's the same ritual.
I think tomorrow I'll go to the museum, and maybe I'll slip a piece of paper at the back door, so that the lock is not locked, and they'll maybe not notice. I don't know. It's crazy. The whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, there's a crazy part that I understand a little bit now because I have seen an evil demon goddess human thing. And there's a crazy I don't understand, which is how we, a bunch of regular guys, get into a secure building at midnight, but to perform a ritual with some moron. And a few non-human women, and we have goblets of blood milk. This part escapes my forebrain.
I had a friend a long time ago who was a prestidigitator, and he said that sometimes when you do something completely unexpected, nobody expects it, and they don't even notice that you've done it. You walk right in, you take the diamond necklace off the thing, you put it around your neck, and you walk out, and nobody even realizes that it's been stolen. It's a matter of being bold. But I'll take a look at the museum, scope it out, as they say.
Do we have the time for this, or do we have to act tonight? And
What
remember
time is it
also
right
that
now?
children will die.
It's probably going on about 7 p.m.
Good fault.
Okay, so the museum's probably closed.
Probably. Or shortly closing. There's an it's break-in. But we gotta get some milk first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have enough decision. How far is Gustav's place?
Who's Gustav?
Gustav, are you?
Oh, how far is my place?
I'm just wondering about getting some weapons.
I mean, I don't think it's super far. I can go get my rifle.
Well, how about, two of us go to get some milk?
I'll go. I already have a weapon.
Who wasn't influenced by this last time?
That was me and Astrid.
I'm so worried for you, Max, but maybe you won't be influenced, so you might be safer than me and Gustav and Otto. They are quite orandy, I guess.
I feel as though I have proven to myself that I cannot resist that call.
All right, so Max and I can
again,
go.
the plan is to take Henri and Porcelain Girl, or more than one. I won't go in the building.
Well, you can do that. We can go find the Porcelain Girl and tell her what we need.
Because the Porcelain Girl is for the blood milk.
Yeah. Well, we might get it with Henri. We might get it with the Porcelain Girl. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Gustav can go get the weapons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just have the one rifle, and then we have the one pistol.
Okay, let's see what I got. Got some knives. Got some acid. You want to splash acid in people's faces? That sounds fun.
You know, if you bring a vial into the other realm with you, who knows? Maybe it eats demons.
You could blind her. She wouldn't be able to see what to attack.
I certainly feel that she looks at you to completely command your soul. The first night I saw her, that was it. And she saw me.
I have a bottle right here of acid. Bring that with me.
All right.
It's got a spray pump on it, so.
Oh. All right. So Gustav's going to get weapons.
Yep.
Hans is getting his spray acid, which is disturbing. And Otto, what were you going to do?
Well, since I have the connection to the Porcelain Girl at the bar, I think I have the best chance of convincing her to come along.
All right, and then Max and Astrid are going to take Henri to the theater.
I guess I guess we can go with Otto because it's on the way to the theater. So we can do that. And I may be able to convince the Cameroonian bartender to come too, because he wasn't influenced by the Obsidian Woman.
That is true.
So I'll try that. We'll try that. I don't know if I can convince him or not. But...
All right. Gustav, you get your weapons, no problem.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Hans, you get your knives and acid.
They're going to be kitchen knives because my scalpels were too small.
Yeah, exactly.
Break really easy.
Okay. And then Otto, Max, and Astrid, you guys were headed to the
bear bar, right?
Hunde Gustav is where.
Hunde Gustav, yeah.
Yeah. House of Gustav. Yeah. So, okay. All right, so you guys head that way. And Max, what type of shirt are you wearing?
What type of shirt am I wearing?
Yep.
I'd probably would be wearing like a kind of like a standard white shirt, white collared shirt.
Okay. Jacket.
Yeah, kind of. In those days they kind of wore sort of a suit type
Okay.
of outfit. So yeah,
Sounds
tie,
good.
that kind of thing.
All right. Well dressed. I like it. All right. So you guys are headed that way. And Astrid and Otto, give me a spot hidden.
I passed. I think it's an extreme. No, it's a heart.
Okay.
I have 24, which is also hard.
Okay.
Success.
As you're getting close there, you notice on Max's jacket, he's got 3 moist spots across his back.
Oh my God, Max, hold on 1 moment.
What's going on?
Take off your shirt. Astrid's just gonna start pulling off his shirt.
Well, we'll start with the jacket, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
What?
So when the jacket comes off across his back where those wounds were, they are bleeding again.
Okay. Does it feel all right? I guess you feel at least a cool breeze back there, Max.
Yeah, I didn't feel it until you pointed it out, but yeah.
I wonder if we can catch up with Hans at his place, and he can give you some wrapping for that and a balm.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Okay. How bad is that rerouting?
It would probably take you back almost a complete backtrack.
And where were we intending to meet up with Hans?
You guys never
Good
said.
question.
Yeah.
Go,
So I'll just call his cell phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I assume we would have to meet back at the Barrowbuck or somewhere once we've all gotten our items.
Well, were we gonna meet at the theater?
I would expect that Gustav and Hans would join us at the theater because once we
Okay.
achieved that goal, we'd travel onward to the museum from there.
All right. Sounds good.
I always carry large quantities of gauze with me when I'm.
Yeah, he has this little black bag. So if you don't hurt Max, I guess we will.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on you.
More like
Yeah.
a seeping wound is what it looks
Yeah,
like.
it's not like he's losing any blood. It's just like
No.
it's reopened.
Yeah, like capillary oozing.
Yeah, maybe because of the ambience of evil.
So, do you feel like you can continue, Max, or do you want to head back yourself?
No, I feel like I can keep up and continue on.
Okay.
We'll just if you have a handkerchief, you could maybe pat my
Yes.
back, and that might help. I don't know, but we'll just push. I'll push through, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Astrid will take her scarf or handkerchief or something and try and
Give me a
wrap something up.
medicine. Give me a medicine roll, Astrid. I know
I
you
don't-
probably don't. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled an O2 though, which is like, so I could
Oh,
spend
the
a
one
luck.
luck.
I'll spend a luck, sure.
Alright,
How
so-
often do I get an O2?
Exactly.
It'll be the last one for today,
Alright.
I'm sure.
So you notice that the flesh around it is dying.
Oh God, this looks. I believe the term is necrotic.
Oh.
God, I don't know if he needs to go to a hospital, but Dr. Hans will definitely need to look at this.
I wonder if that's why it doesn't hurt yet. This happens with some kinds of chemical warfare and also snake bite. Yeah, where it kills off tissue, but it might be very local. At any rate, I think, Max, to me, it seems that it's all the more urgent that we get rid of this influence because you were healing at first, and now it returns. It only can be because she grows stronger, I think, yeah?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, let's continue on, and hopefully that our efforts will be
Okay. Let's move on then.
All right. So you guys show up at the Hunde Gustav. The door is looks like someone's attempted to repair it, but only a half-hearted attempt. And when you go inside, the only person still there is Emil, the Cameroonian.
Okay. My friend, hello. How are you? How have things been?
Well, they're all gone.
Where did they go?
They said that she was no longer here. They had to go to her.
Okay, all right. I feel like I know where she is. Would you be willing to assist us with something?
It depends.
Well, you had said that you were not influenced by the obsidian woman that came and destroyed your bar.
That is true. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Would you be willing to assist in getting rid of this obsidian woman?
What do you mean?
Well,
I mean, I don't want to be committing any crimes. The far right is looking for any reason to force me out of business.
I understand. Those forces are becoming stronger. This would not be illegal.
Oh.
What we are requesting, I will preface by saying it is quite strange and perhaps a little disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw what happened to people around that person.
I did, yes.
So it might not be as huge a shock to you as it would have been a few weeks ago to know that she's wearing a many-tiered crown and emitting bloody milk from her breasts in front of a large group of lunatic revelers.
And unfortunately, my friends and I seem to be somewhat susceptible to her influence. We have it under good understanding that if we can collect some of this milk from her, that we may be able to defeat her.
Okay. All right. Give me a persuade.
Can I use charm instead?
Sure.
Okay,
I'll give you charm. Yeah.
All right.
I am pretty persuasive as well, so we could give it.
Okay, all right. We'll combine our powers. 33 out of 40. Yes, I passed my charm.
Well,
let me try also.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bat my puppy dog eyes.
Yeah. Well,
I only have regular success also.
Yeah, he kind of figures, well, if I don't get my customers back, my bar is going to fail anyway. So, it's like, well, for you, my dear, I will. Let's go.
Okay, and I'll tell him in Bantu, thank you so much, brother. And this is going to defeat a great evil in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Should we ask? This might sound like a weird question, but would you happen to know any people that have any friends that are like you, not susceptible to her allure?
I didn't think you'd made it there, Gustav.
Oh, sorry.
Have
we not?
Sorry. No, you guys were meeting at
This is not the theater. Sorry.
No.
Also, and what is your name, sir?
Email.
Yeah. I thank you very much for going to come with us. I would like to buy a drink from you before we go.
Of course.
at a generous overlay. And of course, also you can, we don't know how crazy things have gotten, and if you wish to turn back, we will understand. But we are very much trying to stop something very terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So he pours your drinks, and once you've had your imbibed,
Cheers.
he has a shot with you. So
Salute.
salute. Prost. All right. You guys head on out, and we'll say that before you get to the theater, you do see Hans and Gustav. Maybe.
Okay. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you both. We have one, Dr. Hans, I'm afraid we have something. We do have a meal here to help, as well as Henri.
Oh, good.
So we could not find the porcelain girl. Maybe we'll find one nearby. But Max, please, would you show him?
Oh yeah. If you wouldn't mind taking a look at my back again. It seems that the wounds have reopened, and I take off my jacket and shirt and show him.
See what you got here. You got some necrosis.
Yeah.
I detect at least a little bit of ambience of evil. Let me roll my medical roll. That's 29 out of 65. That's a hard.
Yep. So, as you probably suspected, it seems odd that the necrosis is still spreading, but fortunately, it has not went south. The smell has not went south of G, so it hasn't started to turn gangrenous yet.
You haven't. You says that. Did he throw anything at you?
I don't recall seeing anyone. We heard a noise in the next room. We tried to get out of the room we were in. Something hit me in the back and it burnt. So I don't know.
It's got to be something with magic. So you have been just cursed. Would immediately make the Vorish sign all over the thing across his back and see if it has any influence at all.
Give me a power roll.
A 38. That is 4 points away from a hard. I'll spend 4 luck to make it a hard.
All right. Who's watching?
Well, they're there, but I'm kind of got they're in front.
Kind of like, okay, yeah.
So he's behind.
So Hans, you were kind of expect. So you see the blood kind of coagulate faster than normal.
I don't know if this is going to help, but let me at least clean the wound again. So after I've done that, then I'll clean it up at least.
All right. It does look better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you could help, Hans. I think we have something to talk about if we survive tonight.
Oh?
Yeah.
It's
It can wait. So we have Henri. Henri, are you ready for your task?
Yes. You're a most fascinating group of people.
I mean, we're amongst the first you've ever met, I suppose, in a way.
Yeah.
I guess between the bar and the theater, we have introduced Henri and Emile, and perhaps had a little aside with Emile to help explain Henri's condition.
Mm-hmm.
And in the groups, is there still folks milling around outside the theater?
Yes. As you start approaching the theater, there's more people milling about. There's people going in and out. The people coming out look exhausted. The people going in look very lustful. And as you start getting close, Henri starts going, "Where are you taking me?"
We're taking you to see a wonderful, beautiful woman.
Don't you remember?
No. So I can't go there. No.
Why? Why can't you go there?
No, I can't quite remember, but no, I will not go into that theater. No, you
Okay, that's all right. I'm gonna pull him aside.
and he is when he's not looking at the theater, he calms down. When he looks back, he almost gets near a panic.
Okay. I don't think this is going to work, gentlemen, with Henri.
Well,
What about perhaps our new friend could help us out?
Emil?
And so, Emil, you see what's happening around this theater, right? It looks like a beehive of sorts, but it's the queen inside is the woman of night that you know.
I mean, did we level with him? This
Yes.
This is some sort of black magic that's going on. Or do you seem
It's
immune
well.
to sex magic?
I must confess, I mean, in my culture, it's not welcome, but I'm not attracted to.
Yeah,
the
I understand.
female.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, perfectly fine.
Yeah. That makes you somewhat immune. But unfortunately, this woman's magic is not only enslaving the population, but it's murdering the children. I don't know why, but
Well,
it's
she must be stopped.
yeah.
What
So
can
what
we
we
do?
need is a quantity of her milk. We can't. It would take too long to explain why, but we are also in. We have some knowledge of magic as well, and we know a way that we might be able to counteract this, but we are susceptible.
Oh.
Emil,
Yes.
if you like, I can come with you into the auditorium. I have resisted her powers before.
Yeah.
Right.
If you feel more comfortable having me with you, I can make that attempt.
I would appreciate that.
But I will need you to be watching me very carefully. And if you detect that I'm losing control, then I will need to be removed from the situation. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
What's up? Did you bring sets of weapons?
I did. Yes, we've got an extra pistol if anybody knows how to fire it. Otherwise, we can give it to Otto again. I've got a rifle. You know, I've got a baton and a couple extra sort of clubs, and you've got some knives. So we've got options there as far as lethal or non-lethal.
Yeah.
I have my weapon, so I'm going to bring that into the theater with me.
Wunderbar.
Max, Otto, do you want a pistol? You can give me the pistol.
Max, have you fired before?
I have a small amount of skill, so I could take it.
Yeah,
The pistol?
everyone
Sure.
should have something, and I'm actually
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
with the sword cane, despite
Wunderbar.
what you have
Wunderbar.
seen.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
I'll take it.
The Max.
Yeah. So then anybody that doesn't already have a melee weapon, we've got batons and knives. So we've got those as
Right.
well. So,
All right.
or just little clubs, but yeah, clubs and knives. So, and then we're all armed up.
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
So,
I'd ask.
And Keith, the people in front of the building, I don't recognize my porcelain friend at all.
You do not.
It's,
No.
it's mostly men being drawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Ready, Astrid?
Let's go.
All right. So you go back into the theater. It smells even more sweaty and like sexual. As you go through the lobby, of course, people greet you there again. They're quite happy to have you. They start hugging on you again, but kind of
Keep moving. Keep moving, Emil. Just push them out of the way.
It's like, oh, this is quite the. This is as bad as it was in my bar.
Yes, and I fear it will be quite worse once we enter the theater. It may be quite horrifying. I just want to prepare you.
And as you go in, And then as you as you go into the theater, yep, Abaizu is still sitting on her throne. She's not lounging anymore. She's kind of sitting there laughing, and still has her goblet and her crown on.
Okay. All right. We're going to move towards her and just try to ingratiate ourselves with the rest of the people.
And you did succeed to resist her allure before, Astrid.
Yes.
Yep, so you don't need to make another.
Twice.
All right. So okay. So as you're able to work your way up there, you know, maybe slip in a couple little puddles of stuff, but make your way up front, and she kind of looks around and she looks at you and she's like going, "You have not supped of my milk before."
No, but I would like to.
She's like, "Have you seen my husband?"
Who is your husband?
Oh, the dancer Henri. I've been looking for him.
Yes, he is near.
Oh, he is. Yes. You would be much rewarded if you could bring him to me.
I see. I believe that could be arranged.
She's like, "But first, come have a drink."
Okay. I'll come up and are there any? There's no cups or anything, and
No.
Gosh, I don't think we brought any.
No, they're wiping it off, kind of like the when you take communion, and if they're even doing that. So she's like, "Please sup of my milk. You then when I find my husband, we will be able to cross over through the 7 gates together."
Could I take some of your milk to some other acolytes to bring them into your grace?
Of course, the more that drinks, the better.
May I have a cup to take?
She's she leans over. She's like going, "Hey, do we have another cup back there? Give me a luck roll."
Yes, 18 out of 54.
They do have another cup.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we'll do that.
So they
We'll
bring it out, and while you're sitting there, she has to refill it again from her breast.
Okay, how's Emil doing? I'm gonna kind of glance over at him.
I'm gonna give Emil a sanity roll because
Okay.
Emil's not doing the best.
Okay.
So he's kind of like kind of staring around, shaking. He's like, "Oh, this is worse. This is bad. This is bad."
It's almost done. It's almost done. Yes, I long to drink of your milk.
So she pours some into the other cup, and she's like, "Going, only a few drops is all it takes." And she hands it over to you.
Okay.
And you hear a scream off to the side.
I'm gonna kind of look that way.
You see a woman grabbing her stomach. And she starts crying out, and Abaizu starts laughing. She's like, "Oh, the birth of some of my children!" And the woman's stomach explodes, and out come these like hissing cockroaches, just covered in like this white milk. And you can give me a sanity roll for that.
Yeah. I passed.
Only 2 points.
Okay.
See how
God.
Emil did not pass.
Okay.
All right. He takes off running.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. I will go get him. Don't you worry. And I'm gonna go follow after him.
If he had drank some milk, he would have been fine. See how the others are not bothered.
Yes. Yes. I will go convert more to your beautiful cause, and I'm just gonna go running after him. Yeah.
As you turn around, you see her lift one of the cockroaches and bring it to her mouth as you start running.
Oh God. Okay. Ah, shit. She's out of there. She's gone. She's so gone.
All right, so the four of you are standing outside. You see Emil come flying out first. I mean, he is very pale.
Neil,
He's like, no
over
bar is
here."
worth this. No bar is worth this.
And Astrid will be running up behind him.
Neil.
It's okay. It's okay. I got it. It was horrible. Let's go to the museum. Let's go.
So you did not
yeah.
look well. But I have a schnapps in this flask and a little whiskey in this flask. Which would you like?
Well, do we want to drink it now or wait till we get to the museum?
I think you have a little sip now, and then you hold that stuff.
Just don't look at it.
You don't know what happened. Tell us what happened.
Is Emil okay?
God. He's fine. He's fine. Just let the poor
Okay.
man go home. It was awful.
You've got the milk, yeah?
I have the milk. Yes.
All right,
I
well.
have it.
Well, good job.
She's impregnating women, and I saw a birth. It was horrifying. But she's not.
Yeah,
Oops,
cut
we
out
lost
there, Troy.
We lost you.
Astrid, we lost your voice.
We lost you, Tori. Can you hear us?
Sorry, my audio.
Oh, there it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Apologize. It was horrible. She's birthing her horrible. Oh God, I can't even call them children. It's horrible. We have to stop this madness. What I can say is she's not. When my voice cut out there, I apologize, but she's not an intelligent being. She's only concerned with her own needs and her own pleasure. And she is looking for her husband.
Henry.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So it's still Anita in there.
She refers to Henri as her husband. So Anita's presence is still strong within Abazu.
Why would she need her husband? This doesn't make any sense. It's a goddess.
While we were waiting, how did Henri stabilize a bit?
He did. He refused to look at the theater, but
Henri, why are you afraid to go into the theater?
it's like I can't remember, but there's something that he's like on something. Anita, we tried to help her, but I can't.
You tried to cast a spell to help Anita, but something else came through.
It seems familiar.
Do you remember the other people there? Was Hans Groh? Alvin Grau there?
Yes. He called himself Pasitius.
Oh, so that was Pasitius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was there, and Gregor Gregorius.
So it sounds like you are starting to remember.
Yeah.
Henri.
Yes. She got sick. She got sick, and I thought I could help her.
All right. So you were part of the Fraternitas Saturni, the Brotherhood of Saturn.
No,
We can discuss this as we walk towards the museum, please. I'm worried about time.
Yeah. We got to. We need to drive this monster back where it came from. I I don't understand the milk stuff now. You say the woman exploded.
Oh, God, Doctor, don't make me recount it. It was so horrible.
But what if it's the milk that made her explode?
Let us assume that it's the seed of the man she's been sleeping with that is tainted by this evil presence. The point is we have to drink this vile fluid to go to the realm. And she knows that it will take us to the realm, which is interesting. But we have every step we need except access to the Ishtar gate. So let us go there and figure this out, and then we'll make our choices.
Yeah.
I agree.
I will finish this little bit of whiskey, and you can pour the milk into this flask, and then we won't spill it from that goblet.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the museum.
All right, so as you are heading toward the museum, the wind feels like it's picking up even more than the constant gales that you were getting the past couple days. And how are you getting there? Are you walking? You taking public transportation?
Well, it depends on how far it is.
Oh,
Public transportation, if it's close enough. I mean, if it's far enough.
Yeah. Let me, they got a map here for me to reference. There's the, it's about 2.5 blocks. So it's actually not that far.
No, it's easy to walk, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you're, now this museum's on what's called the Museum Island, which has about 5 museums on it. As you approach the island, the wind is almost intolerable. It seems to be coming from the direction of the island. As you get closer, you can see that there's a lot of stuff that's knocked over. And you come to the bridge, and you're not sure if you're going to have the strength to walk across. You'll need to make a strength roll to overcome the wind that's blowing so hard.
Okay, there's a little bit of a lip on the bridge, right? So if we get lower, we are somewhat protected from the wind.
Yeah.
And I will lock arms with Henri because I know he would just go right under the spray river and we'd never see him again.
Yeah.
The wind is coming from the museum, maybe from the gate itself.
Into or out of the gate. I have a regular success.
Okay.
I pass.
47 out of 50, regular pass.
All right. And Max?
Failed.
So Hans and Max, you are
holding on to that.
You're hanging on, and the others you're able to kind of pull yourself forward. But yeah, as you see the Prebegimen Museum, which is where the Ishtar Gate is at, the wind is just unrelenting. The front doors are wide open, and the wind is just unrelenting coming out of it.
Scheisse.
Well, it seems like we're in the right place. Hans, are you okay? Max.
Oh. My hat's flying off. Oh, but my hat! What am I gonna do?
Get the hat!
I'll attempt to see if it does anything. Probably.
Okay. Not. All right. Give me a power roll.
25.
It does nothing.
We try to help them forward, I guess.
Yeah, get Henri somewhere safe where he won't get blown away. Maybe let's see what it's like in the museum.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I'll get him. If the wind is going powerfully in one direction, we can lean him against a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we can maybe even chain our arms a little bit to help the others.
There might be some rope or something inside too.
All right. Yeah, you can find some rope because they were doing construction in there. So there's going to be some rope or something around, straps that you can pass on. Okay, Hans and Max, give me another strength roll, and as long as you don't fumble, you're gonna make it across.
47 that time.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a pass.
All right. So yeah. Yeah, you do get across with the assistance of the ropes that they found. It is pretty merciless. Henri is just hanging on to Otto, I believe.
Yeah. I'm not aerodynamic at all.
So we'll go into the museum. And have we seen anyone? Is there any sign of like security guards or anything?
No.
Yeah.
was-
Okay.
I was
I don't think
clearly-
anyone would be here.
Clearly a word for no reason, because no one is going to be in this.
Does it when we go inside the museum, is there any change in the wind, or is it still just blowing just full force?
Just full force.
Yeah.
But inside there's like little more handholds and
Yeah.
And we can get around the side. If we can pull ourselves to the side of the gate, then we have an area to do your mumbo jumbos.
Right. Yeah. So you do find the gate. So that is what the Ishtar's gate looks like. And the wind is coming unrelentlessly out that archway.
Right.
So if we're standing on the side of the gate, then there shouldn't be any wind
Yep.
blowing.
Yep.
Okay.
You are able to kind of get out of the way of that.
Okay. All right. So Doctor, should we just set up right next to the vortex here?
Yeah.
Behind this little wall that steps back a bit.
Yeah. I need to draw the symbols on the floor.
Yeah.
So I don't have it memorized, but I've got the page.
Right.
So
I mean, once we're on the other side, I mean, what's the plan?
I don't know
If
what's
we
on
get
there.
this, if we get
Bang,
to
bang,
sit on
stab,
the other
stab.
side- yeah, we get to sit on the side and bang, bang, stab, stab, and grab each other and get back out through this horde before it closes. Because I think this wind is more of that world coming into ours. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not-
And when
All right,
she
let's
is-
be careful.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying, Otto?
I think it will close quickly when she is gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll suck her back in or something. All right.
Take her in first.
All right.
All right. So,
So- Probably takes me half an hour or
Mhm.
more to write the whole stuff on the floor.
Right. So you write the whole stuff on the floor. Who's going to participate in it?
We need
I
three
think that
people.
I am going to stand outside the circle with my sword cane open,
Mhm.
and Henri again locked arm to arm with me, because that is how we tempt her through the gate. What do you think about this plan? Or is she going to appear and then eat us and then go back?
Yeah, I think you and I on guard again would be not a bad idea.
Yeah, we survived once on guard, yeah.
She seems extremely interested in her husband, and so if we can summon her and the first sight she sees is her husband, I think she'll be distracted enough. Like I said, there isn't an intelligent Anita there, but Anita is still there.
Yeah.
And okay, so while Tom is making the signs, can I kind of experiment like with the gate? Like, is on the other side of the gate, is the wind also blowing out that side, or is there any change in the pressure?
So you go up to the gate, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so have you drank the milk?
No.
So when you look at the gate, you see, I mean, it hurts because you're looking into like gale force wind, but you can see the other side is the wall, the what's on the other side of the wall
Okay.
of the museum.
Oh, okay. So there's not free empty space on the other side of
No.
the wall. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Just about got it.
When should we all drink the milk?
Yeah, I think when Hunt. That's a good question. Did the young woman tell you anything about specifics? Do we wait until she is summoned?
Well, if we wait until she's summoned, then it's going to be really hard to pass a flask around.
Yeah.
Just don't know.
All right. So we. I think the Hans will finish making the shapes, and then we'll all have a drink, including Henri.
Say perhaps before we start, but after we're all ready.
What if we give some milk to Henry?
We can give him some. I mean, according to it sounded like we only needed a little sip for each of us.
How's Henri doing? Is he still pretty dazed, or has he like kind of come to his faculties more?
He's come to his faculties. I mean, he's remembering all of you.
Okay.
But there's definitely a blank spot there, and shortly after the piano recital.
Henri, what do you know about Abezu's milk?
Abezu, is that the name of that creature?
Yes, the creature that you were trying to call to help Astrid.
No, we weren't calling her. We were calling Burbalo. Burbalo was supposed to come help. That's what they told me.
These, I believe that they are one and the same.
I mean, I don't know of anything. Burbalo was supposed to be a virgin. I mean, she shouldn't be producing milk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you be willing to drink of this creature's milk if it could save Astrid?
Save you?
It could save Anita. Sorry.
I was like, what?
And save me too. It could save the world.
If it could, you think it can save Anita?
There's no other chance.
Is there anything left of her to save?
She knows of you.
What?
She knows of you.
Yes.
She longs to see you.
So there's something still in there that's Anita.
You're gonna need to charm him or persuade him to get him to drink it.
Okay. 24 out of 40.
You are a charming lady. Beautiful woman.
I got that, 75% appearance?
75 appearance, yeah. So, it takes a little bit what Hans is drawing the circle and everything. He does take a sip. And he kind of looks around. He's like, it's delicious. And he looks at the gate and he's like, oh my God, it's like, it's Eden on the other side.
What does it look like?
It's like, it looks like paradise. It's green. It's less. Seems to be fruit trees as far as the eye can see.
That's exciting. I'm glad to hear it. We'll be joining you there soon, but we have to wait for the guest.
Oh,
the evil one
can't go just yet.
Yeah, the evil one. And so you and I, Henri and Gustav, we will link arms together and watch these people do some magic. It's going to bring the bit of Anita that still exists in, and also the witch that took her, and then we'll all go away and get rid of the witch.
Okay.
I think.
And Anita will be back to how she was.
We will get as much Anita as we can, and of ourselves as well. We will all be changed.
You were going to say Gustav?
I said I think we need to all drink before she shows up.
You know what? I think you're right, because he sees through the gate and we cannot see through the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So don't act on what you see just yet, but I think we need to drink.
All right. So everyone takes a drink is what I'm getting?
Yeah.
We assume our positions and then pass the flask.
Yeah.
All right. So who drinks first?
I'll drink, sure.
Okay. So give me a power roll.
All right. That's a 19. So I think
Okay.
hard.
It's delicious, but you're able to pass it on.
Okay.
And I think it should go, so it was Henri and then Gustav is on one side. So then it should go to the people in the circle and then back to me.
Okay.
All right.
I'll be next to Gustav. I'll take it next.
All right, Astrid.
Power roll.
Yep.
Okay. I passed.
All right. Again, it's delicious. I mean, it's the most tasty thing you've ever had. I mean, bloody milk. I mean, how delicious could it be? So you pass that on. Okay.
Okay, I'll try it next.
Okay. All right.
And of course not. No.
Oh. So Astrid and Hans, Hans especially because you're waiting it. You see Max start almost like starting.
No. And I pull it down. I gently try to pull it down away from him.
Okay. All right. Give me an opposed strength roll. Max, you're like, no, this is the best drug I've ever had.
I failed.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, Max is like, oh,
I'm like, oh no.
pouring off of his face.
Hans, someone help me.
I'm going to have to French kiss him to get.
As I say, yeah, if it's pouring down his face and we only need a few drops, just take a couple licks, Hans.
You can.
All right, I'll do it.
All right. Yeah. So.
Nobody knows I like Max anymore.
Max, you love it. Is Hans is licking you.
This scenario.
And give me a power roll, Hans.
09.
Oh,
Extreme.
Right.
that was almost weird.
You're like,
Oh yeah, that
would almost be really weird.
And Otto,
2.
oh yeah, so
I'm in command. So I just wipe some of the filth off.
Yeah.
Astrid and Gustav are like, what in the hell?
What is going on?
All right, but after you do drink it, it seems like the wind has stopped, or maybe it doesn't affect you anymore.
Right.
And as you look through the gate, you do see what Henri described. It almost does look like Eden on the other side.
Maybe it's the most beautiful place for that thing. Yeah.
Maybe it's the only most beautiful thing when you're looking through from this side, on its head on the other side.
Let's just stay focused.
you don't know.
Well, if this goes right, we'll see it soon.
All right.
Chant away. We've got you on way. You just wait with us, please.
All right. Oh yes. All right, so you guys chant away. You were the same 3 that did the ritual before, right?
Yeah.
So no need to make a roll. All of you lose 1d4 plus 3 magic points.
1d4 plus 3. 5. So it's 5.
6.
Okay.
Oh, about a couple hours go by while you're doing the whole ritual. And Otto and Gustav, give me a listen roll.
No, 68.
59 is also a failure.
Okay. All right. So we'll say that them talking is you're kind of on edge. About 2 hours into it, you see walking through the gate Abaizu, followed by a throng of Berliniers. They are dancing. Some of them are walking and copulating while they walk. Others, most shockingly of all, have boots. They're wearing boots, and it looks like they've maybe trod trod and stampeded someone to death, or like maybe some viscera still attached to their boots, maybe people that didn't fall into the parade. And there's a, let me roll how many. Oh, yeah, a good chunk. There's probably well over 200 people filing through.
Are they coming from the museum?
Yeah, they're coming through the museum front gate. Abaizu is laughing and dancing. She has her goblet and her crown on. She's spilling her milk everywhere. She can always refill it. And she stops at and looks at the three of you in the circle. And she waves her hand like this and give me a power roll.
04.
Nice.
73 out of 80.
Yeah, 15. That's a hard.
All right, so
Regular, hard, extreme.
all of you are pushed out of the circle, but you don't take it. But you're able to resist just being slammed against the museum wall. And she just kind of smiles at you.
Yeah, let's get through the gate, everyone, quickly. Gustav, help me with Henri.
Yeah, so we'll just sort of take Henri and sort of make sure that she gets here's your husband, and then let's go.
You show her husband off to her?
Or that's Henri, yeah. Henri,
Yeah. She comes running over.
And we're going into the gate.
Oh, yeah.
With Henri.
She will. Okay, all right. So Gustav and Henri are going through. I just
And
want to
Otto, I believe, right?
And Otto, and I'm calling for the others. Like
Astrid's going in.
Astrid, Max, Han. So good going through. All righty. So Otto, give me a luck roll.
35 is it's okay.
Okay.
It's a normal success. Luck. I mean, it's a success.
So you get through, and Gustav, you're kind of walking with Henri, is what I understand.
No, Otto and Gustav and I were taking Henri. We have him arm in arm.
Gotcha. I just want to get the picture in my head where it's at, and then Hans and Max may be a little bit behind or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When you get through, you hear a familiar voice, Otto. You hear, Otto, is that you? You look over and you see Karl Heinz, your man that worked in the hotel, but he looks not rotted. He's like going, what are you doing here?
Believe it or not, Karl Heinz, I came here intentionally. And I hope to be able to leave again. We're bringing your dead god back to you.
Oh, dead god. Oh, good. Yes, I've grown tired of slaving on this side. The taskmaster is quite ruthless.
What is the taskmaster called?
Oh, well, he's over here. And he points over, and you see this gentleman here walking up to you. You see Carl Grossman walking up to you with a very large knife.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we'll get one round with you, Otto and Gustav, before the others make it up. And he looks at you, goes, "It's my turn to spit you out, son of a bitch." All right, so you guys have a dex. Gustav, you are actually faster than everyone with that. 75. Nice.
enough time in the war. I got quick reflexes now, and so we she has not come in yet. We just see Grossman, right?
Right, yeah, she's letting all the throng of people come through. And if you look on the other side, if someone hasn't drank of the milk, she has a cup that she gives them a sup of.
Well then, I guess if he's coming at us with a knife and spitting vitriol, I'll spit some bullets back.
All right.
I'll fire a shot.
I like it.
No, I missed though because of a 93. So.
Right. I like it. All right, Otto, he's going to take a swing at you. You want to fight back or dodge?
I will swing with my sword cane and all the hatred in my soul.
All right.
Roll a 56, a normal success only.
He got an extreme. A 10. 10 out of 80.
Ooh. He's big now.
10 points.
Oof.
1d8 plus 1d6, as he is supernatural.
I have 11 to begin with, so
All right.
I am done. I am good night.
We're at one.
When
Were you one down?
Are you at one or?
No, I know I'm fresh. So I am grievously wounded.
Okay, give me a Constitution roll.
18 is a hard success.
All right, you stay coherent as you feel this blade go into your gut, and you just see this wicked. I picture his teeth are stained bloody from just smiling at you. All right, and it is your turn.
Yeah, so I stab at his vile sausage-filled guts.
All right, stab away. He will fight back.
40 is a normal success.
All right, you hit. He failed his swing. Roll damage.
1d6. I 5. I heard him only for 5.
Okay, all right.
But I spit in his open wound.
Yeah, he loves it. All right, so we're at the top, and we'll get everyone in onto the dex order now.
Awesome.
So Gustav, you're still the fastest of everyone.
Can I sort of angle it so I can still make a shot at him?
You can try. It's at
All right.
disadvantage because it's in melee.
All right. So that's a 50 or a 70. Okay, yep, that just barely makes it. So it's a regular success.
All right, roll your damage.
Because I have a 75, luckily. All right. Because I learned some in the war. All right, so it's a D8 plus a D6 plus 3. All right, so that's 7 damage.
Oh, so close. All right, Otto, he's going to try and stab you one more time.
can I yell something?
Sure.
I want to yell, Carl Grossman, it was I that sent you out of that world.
Okay. Do you have like an intimidate?
My
or some,
butcher knife.
some type of interpersonal skill? Besides maybe charm.
I got charm. Well, I got persuade and I've got intimidate, but only 15 points.
Give me an intimidate. We're going to go with the intimidate.
I got an 09.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
So at least I distract him.
He looks over and he's going to charge you. Yeah, we'll give you that. He'll charge you.
But I'm ready with my knife.
He'll take a swing at you and give me a fight back. Okay. Just regular on my end.
This is a brawl.
Yep.
No, I failed. I got a 39 out of 25. I'm not much of a fighter.
7 points.
That's a major wound.
Yeah. So give me a constitution check. And he stabbed you. He's like, where's that girl you're with? I will pierce her.
Constitution roll, you said.
Yep.
I got an 80, which is really
Cool.
bad.
Yeah. So you drop.
So,
all right. You were next in order. So Astrid, you were up.
I'm right here, motherfucker. She's gonna shoot her Luger. She's gonna shoot her Luger at him.
Okay, fire away.
Let's see. Hopefully I pass. We'll see.
All right, now.
Yes! 13.
Yes!
35. I got a hard success. Yes.
Yes,
All
roll
right.
damage.
All right, so let's see. It's my Luger, so that's going to be 1d.
Just we haven't even taken care of some really bad guy.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
This is the minor boss
Incapacitate him.
before the major boss.
All right, one step at a time.
All right, that's 6 damage.
He goes down. Yeah, the top of his head comes off and he falls down on top of Hans.
Take another point.
Oh, what a scumbag that guy was.
I'll just push him off. Hans.
That's what we do at fascists around here. Kill him or die trying.
All right. So by the time that's done, some people look over, but most of it are so enthralled by being in Eden that they just keep passing through. And Abaizu starts walking through, and so. What do you want to do? Anyone want to give Hans first aid?
Yes. Yeah, I don't have very good first aid, so if anyone wants to help me out, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I'll help. I'll help out.
Okay. Well, let's see if No,
99.
I got a 91. So yeah, I poked your eye a little bit. Yeah.
Well, Max was helping you. Max, what's your first aid skill?
30%.
Okay, yeah, that's not enough to give you a bonus die.
Darn it.
So, okay, yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Poor Hans.
Sorry, Hans.
Okay. All right. And now that that's done, now that you've realized you've crossed over into another realm, everyone that's awake can give me a sanity roll.
We've got things to worry about. All right, 35.
All right.
I failed.
Okay, if you fail, it is 1d3.
Yeah, I failed. Also, we knew we were coming to an alternate realm. But I guess experiencing it is still crazy.
Yeah.
That's right, why it's only a D3.
That's right.
Oh my god.
I take 3.
Mm-hmm.
She's still over there. She's over there. We have to kill her. I'm like a little delirious because I'm like covered in Hans's blood and I just killed someone. So
I have a major wound, so I also feel a little unclear about things.
Yeah. So
Since we're on this realm, what can I do to make my body better?
The procession presses on. They're walking. It seems they're walking toward a domed building in the distance. Now, Hans, give me a luck roll. Let's see if I can just be merciless to Hans. Hans?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the domed building. I got a 38. What am I rolling?
Just luck.
Yeah, that passes.
All right, you did not get trampled as you laid there.
Okay.
So they press on to is anyone going to stick with Hans, or are you just going to leave his body laying there with
No, I'm staying with Hans. I'm still attempting horrible first aid on him.
Okay. All right.
I'm pulling on this side of my beard.
It's down the middle.
Stabbed in the stomach. Okay.
Wounded and confused in this new world. How does the world appear to us completely? And what do the things coming through look like to us?
The world looks like almost a paradise. Yeah, like, and as people are coming through, they just look like people. The wind's not blowing on this side. It looks like those stained glass windows you would have seen in churches of the Garden of Eden.
So even though that monster attacked us, that seemed like an aberration.
Yeah.
And everything else seems nice. But
yeah. I mean, where people are coming through, there is it looks like a completed Ishtar gate on this side.
So what all they can do is hide behind the acolytes and wait for the goddess to come through, and then
She already has. She's
Already came
in.
through.
Came
Oh,
through and yep. She
Yeah.
passed through shortly after Astrid blew Grossman's head off.
Oh yeah.
We just have to go after her.
Yeah, we have to, I guess, circle around and hide to find ways to attack, because this is her heaven. But she's vulnerable here.
Supposedly.
Oh, unless they lied to us and we're just trapped in this new hell.
All right. Well, like I said, the procession is headed toward a giant domed building. Who wants to follow? And Abaizu is skipping along with them.
Well, I feel like we need to help Hans. Like, we need to get him stabilized at least before we does anyone else have first aid skills at all? Because I just have base.
No.
I didn't.
Max has 30.
It's the same.
Almost nothing in the war about that, and I also think that if he had his choice, our friend would choose to.
We all have 30.
to let himself pass on if we could end the greater problem.
Oh, but I
So I
have
don't
the
know
little
what the
medical
primary
bag here.
contributor-
There's an instruction booklet in it. You can put
Is
pressure.
it
Not
right?
dead yet. Not dead yet.
Well, I mean, I'm also bleeding like a
Yeah, like a stuck pig.
yeah. So maybe we stop and fix it. But do we think we can wait for a minute, or
Yeah.
Hans and I died? You guys go on.
Yeah, I mean they're not marching. They're not sprinting. They're dancing around.
Okay.
So they're traveling slow.
All that first aid's going to do is stop the blood flow.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm bleeding out.
Yeah.
So are you, Otto. Unless somebody does first aid on you.
Okay, so we stop and hide.
Okay. And Hans, did I hear you had your medical bag with you?
Yeah, I had it with me.
All right. So if you're going to use the medical bag, I'll give you guys a bonus die for your first aid.
All
roll.
right.
Who's doing Otto and who's doing Hans?
I'll do Hans. I'm working on Hans.
Okay.
Okay, I passed. I finally passed.
All
With the
right,
bonus
so
die. All right.
You get it kind of stopped there, and
Oh, thank God. Hans.
maybe some smelling salt out to kind of
Yeah.
Okay, who's rolling on Otto?
I did.
Yeah.
And I passed on that.
All right, so you get his bleeding side, and you both get 1 point back.
Yeah.
For first aid.
You waste your time on me. Go. I must,
All right. And then I'm just gonna book it towards her, and I've got my gun out, and I'll say, "Let's go. Come on."
Yeah.
We got
Alright.
a bottle of acid.
Time to move.
Yeah, I'll take the acid too. Might as well.
All right. So who's chasing after her?
I think
I
all
am.
of us, and then maybe the wounded ones can
One-
sort of come at the
ones
rear.
Coming a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're catching up to him, most the throng of Berlin citizens have passed it into the dome building, and she looks at you and kind of laughs, and she's like, "Join us!" And she kind of dances her way into the building.
Otto, my friend, there's something I should tell you. I haven't been completely honest with you. I think I'm going to die. But there's a lot of stuff in that book that's really dark, really evil. I'm trying to protect you, you understand?
You have tried a time or two to use, I think, things that I would have known about if you were not being secretive.
It's bad stuff. There's no good in magic at all. No good at all.
Oh,
So Asher and I are I'm headed in. I'm headed
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
into
Then
the
Gustav,
dome.
Astrid, Max,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got in.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
follow
Hans
right
and Otto, you go on in.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of go in. As you go in, you see a huge pit in the center of the room. Above the pit is a massive giant tree that is spinning around. The tree seems like it's made out of flesh, and there's pulsating limbs inside with eyes. And the worst of all, there's a three-lobed eye woman's head floating above the tree, kind of spinning around looking. And needless to say, all of you can give me sanity rolls for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I passed.
Yeah, just barely. I passed as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I have a
passed.
19.
Nice. Man, you guys are hardy.
Oh, 8. We are
Oh,
hardy.
wow.
At this point, it's do or die.
Yeah, it's nothing. 1d3 if you passed.
Oof. Well, that's 2.
Yeah, it's a
More
hardy
for
boys.
me.
Good girl.
Is Henri still with us?
Yeah, because he drank the as soon as Abaizu saw him, he kind of was
She got
enthralled with her. And,
Ah, okay, so
he's
He was torn from our grasp then.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry to you.
So Abaizu dances around, and she looks up at the three-eyed head, goes, "Mother, mistress, I beseech thee, forgive me, give me the power, and I will bring these two worlds together. I have brought my sacrifice." And then she starts dancing around and casually grabbing citizens and throwing them into the pit.
okay.
Then shoot
I'm a-
her.
Shooter?
Yeah, I'm taking a shot at her.
Let's go.
Okay. Fire away.
All right.
Both of us, or?
We'll go in order. So Gustav, you're always the fastest there.
Well, hey, I'll let Astrid go.
I'll let you keep your
Okay.
shot.
Yeah.
I'll let Astrid.
Astrid was running like she was.
Yeah.
She was like.
She was leading the group.
07. I got an 07.
Yeah,
So
you hit her.
All right, let's see what I get. Okay, so 10.
Take place.
Only 1 damage though. Grazed her.
What's even more disturbing is when the bullet hits her, she doesn't even notice it.
I got a 56, so regular
All right.
hit.
Yep, regular hit.
All right, let's see. With the martini, I do. I do 12 damage.
All right, so the bullet hits her and kind of bounces off.
Wow!
Bounces off.
She is a guy.
What?
She kind of laughs as
Yeah,
she grabs
yeah.
another citizen and flings him in. You hear, ah!
I'm going to go over to Astrid, and I'm going to make the Voris sign over her gun.
All right.
Okay.
Try
All right.
again.
All right. I'll fire again.
I'll do the same to Gustav.
No. Missed that.
All right, well, thank you. I'll try.
Oh.
The warded gun. Ooh, I got a 9 that time.
All right, you hit her.
So that's impale, right?
But it didn't impale her.
Oh, damn it! All right, well,
Your guns are
13?
useless.
13 damage with the wardedness.
It's not
Okay.
going to do anything.
With the
Yeah.
voice line, she's almost
We
laughing.
were lied to.
Well, the woman that you met didn't know the truth, right? The good news is we have brought this thing back, perhaps. But to fight it here, we might need another tool, right?
So there is like a pit, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Like-
she's right at the edge of the pit, and she's dancing around. And as the people are enthralled with her, they keep approaching to her, and she just grabs them and throws them in. She's up to so far she's thrown in 12 people.
So maybe
I'm
we
going
might-
to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to find a way to get her in the pit.
I am rather big and heavy. I'm going to rush at her. I'm wounded, but I'm going to try and.
All right.
Take Henri. Take
give me-
Henri.
Henri's already gone.
Give me a fighting brawl.
Dr. Hans!
44 is not a success.
All right. So as you go at her, you see her grab Hans and fling him over. And Hans, give me a luck roll.
70. That is not a pass.
Okay, give me a sanity roll before I describe what happens to you.
98.
So you lose 1d10 sanity as you see that the pit is made up of the 11 million corpses from the Great War. And unfortunately, because you failed the luck roll, as you fall into the pit, they grab a hold of you, but you don't perish before they've ripped you limb from limb, so you're awake for all the pain as your limbs are pulled off of you.
Do I eventually perish?
Yes, you're dead.
Dr. Hans, no!
And she just keeps laughing.
What if we destroy the gate?
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's try.
We might leave here on hell, but we will stay where we came from. Yeah. How do we do it?
Well, but we could do it on the other side. We could just blow it up.
Very optimistic. That's why you're so sweet. That's a politics also. All right, so let's go.
Let's try it.
Make our way to the gate.
Yeah.
Let's try it. Yeah. We'll try it. We'll try and get on the other side of the gate and try and destroy the gate somehow on the other side.
All right. So you come out to the other side. Okay.
Cool.
And yep, without any problem, you can walk right back out.
Are we back in the real world?
Yep, you are back in this world.
All right, how are we going to destroy this thing?
I don't know, but we know that she's in there. So,
would Krieg have explosives? Inspector Krieg?
Probably not Krieg, but if you had someone that was tapped into the black market, there was a lot of pineapple grenades floating.
Otto? I got a couple of these francs left from my French pals.
The nearest cafe, if I get 8 guys to come and bring the biggest things they can, I make some phone calls.
Okay.
And if one of us or two could watch the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Well, I'll say, yeah, Otto, just go. If you can. I know you're like mortally wounded, but like, or if you want me to go in your stead,
It's just blood.
yeah, if you want me to go in your stead, just let me know where to go and who to talk to, and I'll do what I have to do.
I think if I go to the first place, they can send out a little bit of a call.
All right.
All right. Godspeed.
All right. Otto, give me you get there. We'll say you get there. Give me a credit rating. Let's see if you've got enough sway. Your credit rating went up.
And the 18 roll is good even before that.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, they are able to get those to you, and then give me a Constitution roll.
A little harder. Oh, 3.
All right, you're able to fend off passing out and everything. All right, so you get the grenades back. You guys setting up. Does anyone have demolitions or? That's a very rare skill to take.
Who lights a fuse?
I mean, I guess it's maybe a luck roll to see if I bring one of the people with me that can set the shit off.
Or persuade.
Also, we have war people who know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a good persuader.
All right. I'll give you a persuade. And
persuade should be easy. 68 is just barely enough.
So you get in there, and we'll say we won't belabor. You guys said it. You blow up the national treasure, which is the everyone takes sand because by blowing that up, there's probably several hundred Berliners that you left behind there. So give me a sanity rolls for that.
Yeah.
13.
After the war, this is nothing.
I'm fine.
This is nothing.
13. Okay.
I got 18. We're very talented.
We're so
You guys are
callous.
like-
I mean, after all we've been through.
You know what?
Max,
Dr.
how'd
Hans did not
how'd
die in
you do?
vain.
I rolled a 21.
All right. Only 1d3, so unless you guys are going to hit your 20% for the day, you should be fine.
No.
Okay. All right.
You said D3 on a pass, or
Yep. D3 on a pass.
take 2 more?
Okay. You're like, oh, that was awful.
Yeah.
All those people. All right. So you guys blow it up, and of course, it's in the newspaper the next day.
Oh, geez.
Well, it was very strange, but with all the crime that was going on, that
In the wind.
in the wind
Yeah.
and everything, it's just a second. I'm typing out something here to Tom real quick.
Okay.
And then but you guys are a few days later. You're gathered at the Burbachter, and you see a young man approach you. He's about 6 foot tall, blonde hair, blue eyes, very thin, not much muscle, and no facial hair. And he sits down at the table with you. And Hans?
So I saw that you blew up the gate. Well done.
Excuse me?
My paper says that I'm Dieter Guzman, but I'm actually your friend Hans Vogelschröcker.
What? This has to be a joke. This
There's
has
a
to
lot
be a joke.
there's a lot that I will have to explain to you, but blowing up the gate, it didn't stop her entirely,
Oh, God.
but it stopped her for now.
All right, and the 4 of you can make a sanity roll for realizing that
Yeah.
this is still alive.
And that I failed.
That you failed. Well, that was perfect, huh?
Yes, it is.
It's okay,
84.
Mr. Hans.
And
Pass those.
if you fail 1d10,
Oh.
'cause,
Okay, I'm gonna take 3.
Might as well beat you down.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3.
How'd you do,
Like-
Max?
Hans!
I passed that.
Pass. All right.
I rolled a
Hans!
9. for that.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled an 08. I rolled an
Nice.
08.
All right.
Yeah.
As in he lost 9 points. And we will close out with Otto laughing madly. All right. That was amazing.
That was fantastic. I mean,
All
that was spectacular.
All right. So we'll have Hans go first, explain what happened there at the end with him.
Well, I consumed the De Vermis Mysteries, and I realized very early on that there were a lot of dangerous things in it, and so I pretended to sort of help you guys, but I kept giving you parts that were not important. But in the process, Keith let me have 3 spells. One was the dream drug, so I learned how to do that. One was the Vorish sign, which can sometimes ward off dark magic. And the other one was mind transfer.
Mind transfer. Yes. I was
What?
like, did you cast some macro? Simulacrum? Like what?
But what I realized was, I realized that it was unconscionable, the idea, I thought, if I'm in a pinch, I could transfer into that person over there, but I would destroy their soul in the process. So I spent a couple of years, I'm a doctor, I spent a couple of years going through hospitals to find a young, handsome man who was in a coma and that had no hope of waking up. And then I took the financial burden off of his family and paid for it. And I made sure he had the best of care. That was Dieter when I went to visit him in the hospital. And I gave him a ring. I gave him a ring.
That's why you went to the hospital.
Yeah, I gave him a ring so that if I died, I would immediately transfer into his body. And since he really wasn't there anyway, I didn't feel as guilty.
That's awesome.
Of course, now that I've done it, I'm not so sure that I want to die. I've got another, 60 years, but I can set that up again. I remember I said to when I was saying to my wife, Hilda, my dead wife, that I might not be joining you for a long time because...
Oh, damn, Hans! Oh, I love that.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. That's awesome. What a great twist.
I was like, is Hans the bad guy?
I'm can easily be turned into the bad guy.
Yeah. All right. So what was going on? First off, we'll go with what actually happened in actual history. So Carl Grossman was a very real serial killer who was a cannibal, pedophile, everything. Anna Tchaikovsky was a real person that was pulled from the Waldorf Institute by Baron von Kleist, who how he knew she was there, no, it's lost in history how she knew she was there, but he was using her because he believed that she was Anastasia, or he could leverage it to his own gain. And everything. Anita Berber was a real person who did die of consumption while married to Henri Chatine Hoffman. And the Fraternitas Saturni was a real group of people that Alban Grau was a member of, and Gregor Gogoris. Eugene Grosch was a real member of. And they had a break the previous year from Aleister Crowley and founded the Burbalo cult, which was a real cult at the time. And
it still exists.
Yeah,
and they're just the founding members.
Yeah, so all that was actual history. So what was going on was when the Ishtar Gate was discovered in Baghdad and torn apart, it trapped Abaizu in her realm. And all. For some reason, Abaizu fell out with Astarte. Who knows? Gods get in fights and everything. Well, they brought it to Berlin. Well, when the indiscriminate slaughter of World War I occurred, it woke her up again, and it weakened the veil that was holding her back. Well, with the gate destroyed, she was unable to come through. But she was able to touch people in Berlin, especially hedonism. Since she is a actual mythological goddess, I looked her up, and she was the goddess of child death. Carl Grossman killed children, so she was able to touch him and teach him how to consume minds. The reason she was doing that was because the minds that were consumed, they were brought to her world to rebuild the gate on her side. And so she was using him to get more people to build the gate faster, So when you cast out Carl, you just threw him back in there, and it delayed in 4 years for him getting it built on her side. When he hopped ahead to part 2, Henri was very concerned about Anita, and so he cast the spell that made Max and Gustav go completely hedonistic, because he was trying to absorb life force into Anita to rejuvenate her. When that failed, because she died of consumption, he had already been talking to Alban Grau and them, who had taught him these spells, and they're like, hey, we can rebirth her as Burbalo, who is a virgin. Well, Abaizu the gate had already been rebuilt, so she saw her opportunity and came through and usurped their ritual. So it was just a mistake on their end. And then, of course, she started spreading her influence and corrupting the city. And yes, to defeat her, the the book answer to defeat her is to push her into the pit, but you have to have a successful brawl to push her into the pit, which Hans did not. And if you fail, then you fall into the pit and are torn apart by the dead. But when you're like, well, we'll blow up the gate, I was like, yeah, that would delay her, but she's not stopped because the Berlin government will rebuild the gate.
But each one of us will take a block from the gate home with us and bury it somewhere.
There you go.
That was one of the best games I think that I've played in a long time.
Yeah, this was amazing.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
When I read it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome.
I also think you people are some of the best players I've played with.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That was great. And yeah, thank you so much, Keith. That was awesome. I really love the like just the uniqueness of the setting and all that historical stuff. It's very fun and very crazy, and I think a perfectly Call of Cthulhu way.
Yeah.
So
it was an honor to DM for you guys. It was amazing.
So was Abe Zul, i.e. the other thing in there, like an avatar of Shub-Niggurath?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's one thing I liked about the scenario is that if you wanted to bring in the actual Cthulhu mythos, you could, and you were right. Yeah, the milk Shub-Niggurath, but it also gave you the option of, hey, nope, it doesn't have Shub-Niggurath, doesn't have Nyarlathotep.
But those two both are like likely.
Sneaky.
So if you want to include those specific stuff, like the evil milk and Shub and the masked plotting of Nyarlathotep both make sense.
Yeah, and I really like because with the first half with Grossman, I remember you It seemed very almost Yogg-Sothoth a little bit, the way that Carl Grossman was like, and we had to use the Ishtar gates to defeat him, but it's just sort of a loose connection, right? And just like with the milk, I like that you sort of can hint at the mythos, but really, it's this, lesser, mythos force, which is a lot of fun, I think, is when it sort of, comes out right behind you. It's like, actually, no.
It was funny considering other games that we played that I didn't put the connection together until a few minutes into tonight when I kept thinking, fertility, milk, and I'm like, wait a second.
I mentioned about 2 weeks ago, I was like, it was kind of Yogg-Sothoth-y. Now we're getting a little weird. And then last week I was like, is this a Shub? You're like, Shub-Niggurath on the Avatar? I was like, no, actually. Yeah. So that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
All right. Our players included John Dos Passos, David Gassaway, Troy Wheeldryer, Julian Arba, and myself, with Keith Craig as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members, you can set up private games, you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. There is a link below. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck. Good game.
Hab ich sie wieder zugedeckt. Da hilft nur aufzustehen und mal was anderes sehen, weil man sonst blind werden kann. So fing es an. Drum, wenn du Mitleid kennst, mit dem armen Nachtgespenst, dann schließ nicht ab die Tür, nein, öffne sie mir.